Good afternoon, friends. So I left my accommodation to go and buy a few bits and pieces and decided to go for a walk. And it's only light rain, it's not that bad. And found myself wandering through what I would classify as a Medina, a walled fortress town. And as I think I mentioned the other day, because of its proximity, because of its location, the overwhelming feeling here is Tibetan Buddhism, as you can see from the prayer wheels behind me. Of course, there's a Hindu presence as well, but the demographics are very seriously skewed this high up in the Himalayas. I am getting a little bit wet, but I'm enjoying myself. Anyway. Right, so I am going to come back here when it's a little drier and in better light. There is a monastery here too, but I'm just about to go past, so I'm going to come back on a slightly nicer day. Anyway. Well, I'll have to do, I guess. Fuck. Now that zigzag all the way up there, that is a fuck of a hike. Yeah. There you go, friends. This is the main road into the village. Speaking of volleyball, Beth. Hello there, friends. So, I have arrived at the top of the mountain to Jharkot, an ancient village, and I'm pretty shattered. Mint tea. Right, so I have some mint tea. Do you remember what I said yesterday about the Medina? It has a vaguely Moroccan feel, and the mint tea certainly has that. It reminds me of hiking up and down bloody mountains in Morocco. So, it is currently 10 o'clock. I started out at 6:30, so allowing for stopping and resting little and often. 3.5 hours up, and I'm not in strung out shape actually, which is reassuring. Anyway, but the kicker is that I have classes today. It's Monday, and since I laid around yesterday and decided to do this morning, I'm on a bit of a clock. But I think that if I spend an hour here and then start down, I would estimate, because sitting here I am at 3,500 meters. It was a 700 meter elevation ascent. Some steep bloody hills. Mountains, yeah, totally. I would imagine it's because it's almost all downhill that it'll take me 2 hours to get down. I should be back at my hotel for 12:30, although I can. Martin, my first class, he's a very nice guy. We get on very well. I don't think he'll be too pissed off if I'm late or if I reschedule the class, but I'm going to try not to. So an hour here until 11. Start down. Maybe I can prevail upon a nice tractor driver on the way down to give me a ride. Yeah, that could happen. But yeah. This village is ancient. You'll see. That's about 4 feet tall. Excellent. Well, if you're going to have a prayer, might as well be for universal peace. Okay, bro, that's it. Come on. Splish. Right, achieved. And I'm starting my descent. And thankfully, almost all of it is descent. I will be going down again 700 meters. It's a long way, but like I say, all downhill. I'm going to find fairly soon a convenient rock in the shade to sit on and have my brunch. Horns for corner security. Oh, that's a nice tractor. Anyway. Okay, there's apparently that sign there says way to Kahenga, which is the next village down. So I'm going to do that. And then around that far corner is the beginning of the serious descent. I'm going to see if I can grab a ride from there. Look at this. That's a mountain landscape. Okay, so that's really cute. Okay, hang on, like a 20-minute pit stop to eat, drink, reapply my sunscreen. Thank you, Ma. And yeah, my magnificent feast consists of rice, and I got a couple of eggs. I did have the presence of mind to bring my little bottle of Tabasco with me, so that's all for the good. And this, which I have not yet touched, is, I believe, all bar one, my last Twinings Earl Grey tea bag. I've got one stash, which is my absolute emergency kind of like dying on a hillside kind of one. But there are worse places to have your very, very last Earl Grey tea bag. All bar one. Yeah. As of right now, I'm pretty shattered, but in a very good way, man. I'm gonna make it up that village there and then start walking downhill. Beautiful views all the way, and see if a tractor driver will take pity on me. Doing well here. Back onto the road. Now, this is not my hotel, this is halfway up the mountain, but it's so cool. I love that, that's so cool. I can hardly argue with that. Right, it is midday. I was beginning to lose a little bit of confidence there, because I was walking along and no tractors came at all. And I resorted, because of the time ticking away, to hitching. And most of them were like tour matatu things, you know, and that's fair enough. And then these nice Indian kids, 5 Indian kids, I don't know, mid-20s I guess, but they stopped and gave me a ride, and I'm going to get to my hotel just in time to have an espresso with a healthy jolt of whiskey at this point in time before starting.